Hello everybody, Andy here for the Hammer Game Channel. Welcome back to the New Order, the Last Days of Europe, and to my Germany playthrough with Hermann Göring in charge. So yeah, last episode we won the Civil War, so Göring is victorious. Newspapers and televisions around the world broadcast today Göring marching through a ruined Germania, greeted by crowds cheering his victory, with the Horst Wessel lied being played by his bands and various banners of Göring's forces flying from dilapidated windows and buildings. Surrounded by armed youth and loyal HOI4 soldiers, Göring delivered a fiery speech to a mass of thousands proclaiming the dawn of a new Reich. In his oral manifesto, Göring promised a Germany that would set the world afire once more for the glory of the German people, and threaten his enemies with swift destruction in the Reich's iron boot, all with that imposing, cracked Volksschall in the background setting the tone. The international response has been telling. With the mobilization of military assets being announced by the United States and Japan, it seems that the three superpowers are beginning to prepare for what could be seen as another world war, looming in the distance. There he is. He is now doing the Great Purge. We're going to do a Great Purge. The Ascension. Traces of smoke still hung over Germania the day of Göring's ascension, blown in by the winds coming off the North Sea and over the burnt remnants of thousands of homes, vehicles, fields and everything else that could catch fire. It did not deter the thousands of Germanians who flocked into the streets to see their new Fuhrer. The parade was endless, thousands of soldiers proudly marching through the streets, truck upon trucks streaming through the roads, followed by hundreds of tanks. Finally, in a Mercedes convertible surrounded by soldiers of all sorts of units, the Fuhrer rode his chariot towards his coronation, flowers dumped down on the men thrown from windows as the greatest city on earth welcomed its new conqueror. At the steps of the Volksschall, Göring stepped from his car to the roar of the crowd. As he walked up towards the building, he stopped, turned to the parade, and waved his hand. All it took for the streets to explode was a frenzied cheering. There was no doubt now Germany would be strong again, and the whole world would know it. A new era beckons. Indeed it bloody does. We just need to sort out the templates to what I would like. So I have a funny feeling we probably will, if we're looking at plan O, that's Denmark and rally against the beast. In the ruins of Germany's cities, the chants of opposition and of youth roared as loud as guns and bombs once did during the Civil War. And from the university and schools, what remained of the student movement emerged with a renewed defiance against the victorious line that promised Fuhrer of the new fatherland. Surprised to see them still alive. Nobody really thought they would keep on with their passionate stand against the military forces of Göring, and yet here they are. Rumors grew and the protests spread. Soldiers and policemen rushed to meet them, to keep them from accomplishing what they hoped for. Some succeeded, but others were not. For every demonstration they crushed with a club or a rifle, there were two more which were crushed then back with a petrol bomb or the rock. Just like the embers of a dying fire made fresh again with the air and fuel, so were the students who stole weapons from the dead or fleeing security forces. Just like the rising form of the phoenix, the students, filled with rage, which only comes as a second wind, denounced the victors and threatened the returning peace. The bloody student protests are back. What's the last legs? Don't like the sound of it. Lingering traitors. Right, yeah, so as I was saying, plan O here. It looks like, the Baltic states, Bohemia, Poland and Denmark. So what we'll do is the Great Purge. The Great Lion and the Colossal Wolf have won. Their most powerful enemies lying dead, their blood soaking into the earth of Germany, leaving to their mercy the countless young and foolish students who dared to stand up to them, the dissidents who rose them to action, and the banks who funded them all. They and everyone else who in vain stood or seeks to stand in the way would be all liquidated. By the will of victorious Fuhrer Hermann Wilhelm Göring and his most exonerable Lieutenant Ferdinand Schroeder, the fates of all those who failed to stand against them shall be equal, if not worse, than those exterminated in the wars before. Great numbers of students were rounded up and forced in the camps to be brutally disciplined according to the standards of the Wehrmacht. No matter who they are, where they came from, and what they believed, all of them shall not be spared the rod. On pain of death, they will obey. As for those who sought to disturb the political happiness of the fatherland, they will be hunted down and arrested without fail. Be they brave souls who promote socialism, democracy, reformism, or just like their virtues shall be stomped upon by the boots of those who value the law of the land. So they may not disturb the peace once more. Their lives shall be spent behind bars, else they find themselves buried in a vast unmarked grave.
And finally, the parasites who deceive the people to steal their money shall be neutralized. Their greed will not deliver them from the accounting with the Fuhrer seeks to employ. And their wretched hands shall not touch another coin nor bill. No, they will, like all the others, be made to bare their necks to the claws of the lion and the jaws of the wolf. No wasting mercy in the scum of the earth. Damn. Anyways, martial law. Anarchy has reigned in the streets of Germany for too long. Now that we have eliminated all pretenders to the title of Fuhrer, we can assert our authority by restoring order. Martial law shall be instated, with the Wehrmacht adopting policy rules until the situation returns to normalcy. Few will want to cause trouble when the rumble of the Panzer X is just around the corner. Actually, do we want to actually support the Afrika Schild? It costs us a lot of money a year to do this. So that's 500 million US dollars. Bush war begins. $250 million, $250 million, $250 million. That's 750. That's 1 point something million. I mean billion rather. The South African war rages on, seemingly unending. Yet the Reich is it still ongoing? It is still ongoing. Can't afford to let the decadent forces of the West secure such a large victory against our friends on the African continent. Aid is necessary, and while the ruins of the German Civil War are still smouldering, our generals are fired up and ready for the next conflict against the forces of Western capitalism. Most skilled of our German boys will be the first to step foot on the ground for the African advisors and small divisions of soldiers will reinforce the lines of our colonies. To the public, this will be shown as an aid mission, and the news of divisions being sent into the heart of darkness are to be suppressed to avoid the volatile youth from having more reason to resist our rule. Oh, we'll help them. Might as well. What harm could come of it? Alright, some boys in Denmark. Let's just put some boys over here. And we'll put some on Bohemia. Right, Field Marshal Hans Spiedel. Actually, who were we even using in the Civil War there? But anyways, Hans Spiedel. Full-scale intervention. It's high time we put in our full effort in securing Africa. The divisions that we have sent thus far seem to be inadequate so far when it comes to winning this war. The incompetence of the African Shield thus far to win this war has proven a fact many of our generals have been saying since the Civil War started. Not only total commitment will be able to win this war. Our tanks will go over the great plain savannas of Africa as our brave boys stalk the jungle. The Americans will have no idea what they are facing. The full might of the greater German Reich will be brought down like a hammer on the South Africans and their American allies. No longer shall we put up with their meddling. First wave divisions will be rapidly sent to the Dark Continent as more are prepared for their great battle. If we promise a celebration in Cape Town once this is all over. Right, Theodore, and Fritz, and Friedrich. The Bush War begins. Field Marshal Spiedel has left for Africa, leaving Schorner almost total control of the Wehrmacht in Germany. Spiedel's absence has provided Schorner an ample opportunity to extend his influence through the Wehrmacht. Already, he has begun courting key officers within the army, hoping to grow the power of his militarist faction. No matter Schorner is ever all that dependent on Spiedel's performance in the South African War. Spiedel returning home as a hero or a disgrace will determine Schorner's success or failure in the growth of his clique. Okay, Hans Spiedel has left. He's went and joined in Africa. And I think we can now send volunteers. Lenny Riefschall, one of our most skilled and famous filmmakers, known for his movies like Triumph of Will and The Victory of Faith, is once again to be called upon for his work, this time in Africa. Okay, I'm not going to read all that. So I can send 2 volunteers.
I feel like it's probably very beneficial if we send over tanks. Can I send 2 to each of them? 2, 2 and 2. So yeah. Here you go. Have some tanks, boys. Can I send some to the boar? Ah. Coup in Scotland? Oh my gosh, Field Marshal Wembley announcing... Douglas Wimberley has taken control. Oh my days. Volunteer forcing transfer. Didn't think I'd ever see this happen. Oppressive state. Okay, he's paranoid as hell. Weren't they gearing up to go to war anyways? With England? Don't know, but now we've got despotism and despotism. 2 lots of despotism. Anyways, after 20 years of triumph, the famous director Lenny has announced the creation of our latest film, The Last Domino, known for her iconic propaganda films of early party rallies. Last Domino focuses on the current conflict in South Africa. He spent several months with the Wehrmacht unit in the bush. Reifenstahl's endless footage of firefights and airstrikes have been an instant box office success in Germany, with critics praising Reifenstahl for her illustrious return to cinema. The release of the film has also had a substantial morale boost on our troops in the front. Though progress may be slow, any kind of encouragement is helpful. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Who didn't accept my volunteers? It's not bad. A German commander on the ground. Spielers used here in Germany, constantly undermining our plans for Great Germany. When I was talking about the pacifism bloat of the 50s, German Reich, however, he is a very skilled general in his acts in the Second Great War, and the West Russian War proves this to be the case. Okay, we're trying to kind of get rid of Hans Spiedel. Fair enough. Oh, I didn't even realize we had divisions garrisoned there. No need to be chilling there. Okay, that's odd. Alright, the Army Group Afrika. As troops are ready and sent to the Great Continent of Africa, the organization of special African divisions will be created. These units will be specially trained to fight and survive in the harsh climates of Africa, just like Rommel's Afrika Corps before them, will be elite and highly skilled. Good, so we're kind of giving them a lot of bonuses now. Right, we have arrived. Where are we going to see if we can make a breakthrough? So we will be able to stack the boys up. Adolf Husinger? Wait, I'm sorry, did they just naval evade? They must have done. Cape Town's just been taken. Nice. Right, that's way ahead in the future. Yeah, let's get the fighters upgraded. Right, let's go ahead and arm the shield. Let's do martial law now. We've helped them out a lot. Yeah, because we're giving them Spiedel in Africa and division attack and defense on core territory. Plus we also have our tanks still here, which I think once we stack them up, all 6 of them, we can maybe encircle some of their divisions. Oh. Abdul Khan is trying to unify again. Will he do it again? That is the question. Right, there's... They're almost here, the other tanks. Which is good. Oh gosh, kill them all. Oh my gosh. Oh my days, right, martial law has been declared. I'm not reading all that. The old great lion who won the war of Germany's conquest to be added to the now twisted the knob of the door and stepped in. The door closed and the ruthless wolf who fought the war for him, so he spilled the blood from war. The Fireland's enemies looked back and whispering. Okay. Cage the students. Okay, I guess we'll cage them. Germany's universities have been its pride for many years. Countless Nobel Prize winners came from these hallowed halls, and some of the greatest technical minds of the century have been German. Time takes its toll, however, and for the past decade the Reich students have been nothing but a thorn in its side. They have turned into discredited ideologies such as democracy and even socialism, and with the outbreak of the Bürgerkrieg, many universities rose up as their own statelets. Most, such as Munich and Heidelberg, were quickly put down. Those in Albert Speer's territory frequently survived and swore their loyalty to him. We may have removed Speer from the board, his pawns remain. Well, they're going to get caged. They are going to get hella caged. Right, can we make any desired breakthroughs here? Oh! Just thinking, if we're quick enough, we might actually be able to help save these guys down here. Well, that's one way to cut them off. Students arrested. Take those kids out of here. Oh, we've kind of finished that, that's fine. Air's priority is what I'm going for there. School militarization. School is where a mind is honed before it enters service children in the future, and H was wise enough to see that. The Hitler Jugend was to be our youth's first taste of martial life back in the 30s, and we need to inspire a thirst for that now just as much as then. Good. Get those militarized schools. Komi Soviet Republic. Alright, that's fine. Kemerovo unifies Central Siberia. Kemerovo? Grand Principality of Central Siberia. How have you managed to unify? Get away. No way. And nothing's really happened in here yet, but how the hell? Very interesting. Right, we are focusing on down here. Right. And change for the thinkers. We have dealt with the latest round of rebellious students, but what of the next one, and the one after that? It's our duty to maintain discipline our children. We shall Wehrmacht guards stationed at university campuses. Officers wanting the lesson plans and a few thousand Reichsmarks will buy us a disproportionate number of student informants. What else do students have to complain about? Much money. Yay, base stability and get rid of the militarized schools, which is currently not that bad, really. Tanks, I want you down here. We're going to see if we can secure Cape Town again and push up just to shorten that border. Actually, wait a minute. That's the weak underbelly right there. research. That's a bit ahead of time as well. What about tanks? Go ahead and upgrade them. Faith in the gun. Let's go ahead and do it. Crack down on the bankers. Banks are inherently untrustworthy organisations. Good Christians were forbidden from usury for centuries. We'll get the practice of Jews. Well, we may have eliminated the... from our institutions. It seems some of their practices have rubbed off on those who have replaced them. Many bankers threw their lots in with boremen, sealing their fates. Those which did not would do well to keep their heads down while we deal with the traitors among them, and learn well from their mistakes. Come on, if we can overrun in there, we'll cut them off at the capital. They're gonna hold on, aren't they? There we go again. Actually, so try here again, because we were breaking them in there. Okay, the bankers bleed. Okay. Run the dissidents. There are enemies around every corner, even if there are a few less corners after the war. The Catholic Church has ever been troublesome for us. The Reichskonsulat may have officially stabilised relations with the Vatican, but we stopped paying attention to it a long time ago. Catholics are everywhere in Bayern and Ostmark. The priests there too often take it upon themselves to interfere in matters that are none of their business. Learned the value of good speech long ago, and we must make sure they are unable to give them. That modifies lingering traitors. Oh, look who's landed in Cape Town again. And who's also left Cape Town. Don't think this is the best terrain for tanks to be trying to push through. Do we maybe want to go a little bit further north? And see if we can maybe link up with the Boer Republic and cut off a lot of these guys up in the north. A bullet for the traitors. The war was long and hard fought, and many still are not willing to accept the proper state of things. Hydrix SS has been dug out, but Borman and Spears people remain. Ready to zoom their sabotage at a moment's notice. Anyone willing to serve those who would bring the Reich to ruin is an idiot at best and should be eliminated as a hindrance or a traitor, and must be eliminated with prejudice. We shall not make the mistake of letting them live. Yep, that sounds about right. So now we're over. Oh well, that's one way to kill them off, and that's just caused the AI to go a little bit mental in the pushes there. This is perfect. This is a lot of the South African divisions there. And we cannot afford them to break us. Right, nationalise the banks. The banks being allowed to a much leeway in their dealings. Foreigners and traitors and fools have all received their funding. It's time we end this wastage. Shackle them to the state will ensure their loyalty and provide a valuable source of cash to fund our plans for the Reich. We don't need to pay them, of course. These bankers left are eager for an opportunity to prove their loyalty. Consumer goods minus 10 for 100 days. Nice. Just use these tanks to just mop up the rest of the lads. Yeah, they're in a complete... Oh my days, what are we doing down here though, guys? Saying that if we can focus on dealing with these guys, it's going to make things a hell of a lot easier for us. Gonna see if I can save that division. Alright, banks have been nationalised. We've got a lot of tanks now, which is good. We'll get more into you. More into you. And more into you. More into you. More into you. Right, to bayonet for the bankers. Complacency is what got us where we are now. We were complacent with the students, with the bankers, with the rest of our party. No more. We'll ensure a grip never slacks on the banks and keep tabs on whoever is left there. They redoubled their efforts when they never sought this traitor's colleagues again. Perhaps this atmosphere can be sustained. They're all guilty of something, and removing one every now and again will be a great deal to remind them where their place is. That division survived. What are the casualties in this war now? That's not the war we want into South African. 239k. Not good. That was a hefty encirclement, so cannot complain. I think what we need to do is maybe just try and punch through there. Oh! That tank has just been absolutely obliterated there. Battle of Barcelona. Alright, let's do a faith in the gun. If things have not calmed down, they are at least stop heating up. Arms on every street corner do a great deal for one's peace of mind and have restored faith in the Fuhrer's ability to keep things under control, if not his legitimacy. The rebellious voices have been silenced for now, and if we keep the lid on things, they will stay that way. All we have to do is maintain faith in our soldiers, our tanks, and our guns. Indeed, that is the case. Oh, and there's some more guys encircled. Oh, I'm definitely not reading that one, guys. Stability, though. We get stability. Another event's going to pop as well. Fuhrer Göring has done what seemed impossible and vanquished all pretenders to his title. That evil administrator, Bormann, Spear, the architect of the Reich's destruction, Heydrich, the man of the Iron Heart, tortured and murdered across Europe. Hitler's faith in him was not proof of his legitimacy, then the destruction of all of his foes certainly is. We should be proud of our Fuhrer, who has fought and commanded across Europe since the First World War and brought victory in his wake. And it's going to give us pride in the Fuhrer. Pride in Göring. Yes, we got them. Now, it's not exactly the simple case of... Yeah, we just need to hold and hope that the AI can mop them up. Or actually, we might actually be able to do some of the mopping up ourselves. Their first promotions. When Steinhoff becomes a general and Hans Tussmann. Great. Göring's already getting to work. I think we should push into them. What's this guy doing? Get down here. Are we short of tanks? Yeah, we're still short of we're short of some tanks. Pride in the Fuhrer. Yeah, apologies I'm not reading all these, but it's just so much. That's just so much reading. Upgrade you. Prepare the new Germany. Germany proper has once again been stabilised and the traitors and pretenders destroyed. Now it's time for us to reclaim our territory, rightful Lebensraum, sorry, as we did 2 decades ago. Thankfully, it will be somewhat easier this time with no Soviet Union to contest our mastery of Europe. Only our former subjects exist to oppose us. The Americans and Japan are half a world away, and once we reassert our control, we will be ready for them. We will indeed. Plus, we're showing the Americans who's boss over here. Are all their divisions just willingly walking into here? They are being very, very silly. Right, the new Germany has been prepared. Right, first year industrial plan. We may talk about new Germany, but the time to walk the walk. Our factory lies in ruins, our streets unpavable, and our fields are filled with the dead. We must rectify this before any attempt is made to restore control outside the Reich's core. And that's a lot of divisions about to bite the dust in there for the South Africans. Yep, there they go. Another division encircled there. Bandits reign in Kazakhstan. Is it the same as last time? Yep, the Kazakh Khanate is here. Yeah, that was not what the Americans were planning, getting their little tank division stuck there. Yeah, I thought I started that. I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Right, yeah, close air support. Let's get the Dornier Do 375. The 5-year plan thing's finished. Good. We'll start it just before the war. Göring is once again in charge of the economy of the Reich. So, and one for the German economy. Our national debt will rise sharply. Yeah, this is going to cost us a lot of money to resolve our issues, but that's fine. Plus, once we finish this war, hopefully won't be paying monthly costs to the guys. Let's see, this went very, very well for us. The right decision to bring over the tanks. Increase the loyalty, increase power of the militarists. Remove to add military. Oh, add military factories. Repurposing factories. Okay. Our national debt will rise sharply. Great. Actually, I think I found the link that we're going to abuse over here. Defensive tactics. Alright, repurpose the civilian factories. Our reserves will receive an influx of cash. Though the likes of Spear, Hydric and other traders have fled to Reich, their legacy remains, be it
Obdensbrücken of the SS, statues, monuments, and housing of Superior design, or even remnants of the Weimar era. This traitorous architecture only wastes valuable building materials that could be used elsewhere. Meanwhile, much of the Reich's building substance is still in ruins, and so are our finances. Yeah, our finances have been ruined the whole time, though. Okay, they've just opened a gap for us to exploit. The Indonesian War. Our dockyard production will increase with 25% for 3 years. National debt will rise. Excess slave nationalism. Utilize foreign labour. Let's do this. Our people are have too many slaves under their control. Their households enjoy the fruits of the labour of slaves more than our state could enjoy. Therefore, it is important for us to change the ways things are for our people and their slaves. I hate how the South Africans are holding on now. Doesn't help with our divisions. They're kind of running out of equipment. I'll try to see if force attack's going to break this, but no, I don't think it is. Yep, stop please. And the terrain is just too much for the tanks. Total exploitation of the flesh. Germany uses every hand at work, so it may be rebuilt. So it is important for us to put the slaves we still have to work. We still need our own people for the rebuilding. Making great use of these slaves is less costly than asking so much of our own. Son of a guns. There's not even that many of them left. 9 to 14 divisions. Is it worth coming in down north? Maybe the way forward. Need some more studies, I think. That's those done. Oh, no way are they managing to hold on still here. Repossess personal slaves. The Fireland has the right to ask everything of the people, especially in times of great need. Repossessing the families of slaves of every family in Germany should be of great need. Okay. Oh, can we not get the desired breakthrough we need? Oh. That is a desired breakthrough we needed. You're welcome. Helped them out immensely. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave the episode there, so thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And next episode, we'll maybe get to some warring in Europe, which will be very interesting. So until then, take care. Cheer bye. The now.